Two voices in this realm: wisdom, error, and the covenant pattern. Real Hoodoo teaching. Peace and power. I'm Lord Augustus, and this is Real Hoodoo. The covenant-rooted, land-based system of our ancestors. Today I'm teaching on something the Most High made very clear to me as I was reading. There are two voices operating in this realm: the voice of wisdom and the voice of error. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's start with Deuteronomy 28 in the King James Version. That chapter is not just about blessings and curses. It's about two voices. The first 14 verses are activated by hearing the voice of the Lord. The rest of the chapter is activated by not hearing the voice of the Lord. So the whole chapter is built on two influences: the voice of wisdom, which brings order, clarity, protection, and increase, and the voice of error, which brings confusion, scattering, fear, and misalignment. Two voices, two outcomes, two paths. Then I went to 1 John 4, verses 1 through 6. And it brought the whole thing home. John says to test the spirits because not every spirit is from God. And then he names the same two forces: the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. And he says, he that knoweth God heareth us. He that is not of God heareth not us. That's the same pattern as Deuteronomy. If you hear the right voice, you rise. If you follow the wrong voice, you fall. Two voices, two influences, two results. But then I went to Wisdom of Solomon 8, verse 5. And that's where the revelation locked in. It says, if riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom, that worketh all things? That means the voice of wisdom is not just a good idea. It's the creative frequency behind the entire realm. Wisdom is the operating system. Wisdom is the architect. Wisdom is the intelligence that built the land, the seasons, the cycles, the covenant, and the human spirit. So when you follow the voice of wisdom, you align with the force that worketh all things. When you follow the voice of error, you align with the force that breaketh alignment. This is why the land responds to wisdom. This is why the covenant responds to wisdom. This is why your life responds to wisdom. Because wisdom is the original pattern. And this is why Real Hoodoo teaches alignment, discernment, and listening. Not to religion, not to culture, not to noise, but to the voice of wisdom. The voice of wisdom produces fruit. The voice of error produces confusion. The voice of wisdom builds. The voice of error destroys. The voice of wisdom brings clarity. The voice of error brings distortion. And every human being is responding to one of these two voices, whether they know it or not. So when you look at Deuteronomy 28, when you read 1 John 4, when you meditate on wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 5, you're not just reading scripture. You're reading the architecture of the realm. Two voices, two influences, two outcomes. Choose the voice of wisdom, because nothing in this realm is richer than the force that worketh all things. I am Lord Augustus, God of the Real Hoodoo, and this is the covenant pattern.